Hi there, in this video we're gonna talk about bleeding and technical decisions. There's an interesting discussion going on Reddit about an incident that took place during the final of the Bloc Shop Open in Montreal. This competition took place, I think, 3 weeks ago. I made a video about it. And during the final, Melissa Leneve cut herself with a volume, something that happens now and then, and she was bleeding from a leg, I think it was. So one of the judges, when she saw that, she stopped the competition because apparently this comp was following the IFSC rulebook, and I think this kind of rule is common to pretty much every single bouldering comp. The judge stopped the competition because according to the rules, you cannot climb if you're bleeding. In fact, they have like a test. I mean, I've never seen that done, but in theory, according to the rulebook, the test is that if you put a white handkerchief on top of the wound, the handkerchief should be without any marks after putting it on the wound. You can tape the wound, obviously. So the judge stopped Melissa, and Melissa tended her wound and put some tape on it. But by the time she was done, she had no time left. But it was decided, whoever, the jury president or someone in the organization decided to give her 2 extra minutes to treat the incident as a technical incident. In IFSC comps, when there's a technical incident, climbers get at least 2 minutes to go on climbing. So if they have 3 minutes left when the incident happens, they get 3 minutes. But if they only have 5 seconds left, they get 2 minutes anyway, to compensate for this, disadvantage, this unfairness. The thing is, bleeding is not treated as a technical incident in IFSC comps, as far as I know, because a technical incident is more or less defined as something that happens and that is a disadvantage to the climber or unfair to the climber, and it is not caused by the climber. And I think the bleeding, you can say, okay, you have to be careful. If you hurt yourself, you cut yourself with a volume, it's your own fault. That's not a technical incident. The usual example of a technical incident is a hole that moves, a hole that breaks, something like that. But bleeding, I don't think fits that definition. In fact, in this competition, that's part of the debate or the discussion, during the semifinals, something very similar happened to Sierra Blair Coyle. She was bleeding, she had to stop, but she didn't get the 2 extra minutes. So they didn't treat that bleeding incident as a technical incident. Well, first of all, do I agree with the rule? Or do I agree with the rule that says that if you're bleeding, you cannot go on climbing? Yes, I think that's pretty reasonable. Just for safety reasons, for your own safety and for the safety of the rest of the climbers. You don't want to be climbing on a hole that is, covered with someone else's blood. And do I think it's a technical incident? I don't think so. And if you want to get, really extremist, you can argue that climbers could use this to get extra time, If you have a chance to be the world champion and you're running out of time, you can just walk to a volume and cut yourself a little on the forearm and say, hey, I'm bleeding. Give me 2 extra minutes, please. You put some tape on it and you have more time. If you run out of time again, you cut yourself again and hey, another 2 minutes. And you can be, world champion by 1,000 cuts. That's just a silly example, but I don't think it is a technical incident. If you cut yourself, well, tough luck. It sucks, but it is what it is. That said, I understand why they did that in the final, why they did 2 extra minutes to Melissa. This wasn't the World Championships, this wasn't a World Cup, this was just an open competition, and in the final, when you have a lot of international stars and you have a good show going, you want a good show, and you don't want to stop climbers just for that and stop the final, and it's a disappointment to everyone. So if I were there, I would probably make the same decision. That said, I don't think that's ever going to happen in a World Cup because, everyone would appeal immediately. So yeah, that's my point of view on the incident. I agree with the rule. You cannot climb if you're bleeding. That's not a technical incident. They were inconsistent, so they were probably unfair to Sierra unfair to Sierra, that's it. But I can understand why in an event like that, in the final, they decided to give Melissa 2 minutes more. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. What would you have done if you were in that final and it was up to you to, let Melissa try the problem for another 2 minutes? She didn't climb the problem, by the way. so it didn't really affect the result, but you never know. And do you think it should be a technical incident when a climber is bleeding? Well, leave me a comment, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.